Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. Here's this week's agenda. We have an introduction to a life-saving app called PulsePoint, an announcement about some upcoming Summer of Hope initiatives, including the Trinity Center's Celebration of Summer on August 3rd, Serve Erie School Initiative on August 2nd through the 4th, National Night Out on August 7th, and a concert with Eddie James on August 9th. Now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
Thank you, Renee, and welcome everyone. It's good to have you here. Good morning. Members of my team and I recently met with Dr. Justin Carlson and Laura Joint from St. Vincent's Health Center regarding an app called PulsePoint. Did you know that there's about 300 heart attacks a year in Erie, and only about 10% of people survive a heart attack? Survival is directly related to how quickly people can receive treatments like CPR or defibrillation. Obviously, the quicker response time, the more people survive. The PulsePoint app increases the response time dramatically and saves lives. So next, I'd like to have Dr. Carlson come up and explain PulsePoint. Dr. Carlson is an ER physician with 10 years experience, has been researching this topic for 10 years. Dr. Carlson? And Laura Joint is also going to come up with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor Schember. On behalf of myself and my partner, Laura Joint, we really appreciate the opportunity to come and talk with you a little bit about PulsePoint today and be able to partner with the Mayor's office for this for the City of Erie and Erie County. As the Mayor mentioned, out-of-hospital cardiac arrest where someone's heart stops suddenly is really very time sensitive. And so the quicker people can get either CPR or an AED, as Laura's holding here, an AED helps to defibrillate or shock the heart back into a normal rhythm. The sooner someone can get one of those two interventions, the better their chance of surviving an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. One of the ideas with PulsePoint is to be able to link folks who have training in CPR and training in how to use an AED, to link those people to our friends and families, our neighbors, our folks in the community who need it most. So when they collapse, we're able to link folks who have downloaded the app to the patients who need it. The way it works is this is a free app that can be downloaded on your phone. There's actually two different parts of it. The first part is what's active right now, and that's PulsePoint AED. We're trying to identify as many AEDs as we can in the county. That allows responders to know exactly where they are in the event of an emergency. That's free and can be downloaded right now. The second part of the app is actually PulsePoint Respond, and that will go live either at the end of this year, beginning of 2019, where if you download that app, if you're in the vicinity of someone who has a cardiac arrest, it'll send you a push notification, almost like a text message on your phone with a map that pops up, shows you where you are as the responder, where the patient is, and where the closest AED is. Like I said, that is planning to go live either later on in 2018 or early in 2019. So what we're really looking for right now, especially with this partnership, is to be able to identify as many AEDs. So we're encouraging members of the community to download the PulsePoint AED app. You can do that either on your iPhone or through Google Play if you have an Android device. Again, it's totally free. This is funded through a joint partnership between St. Vincent and Highmark. Highmark has actually funded the complete PulsePoint project for 5 years, so we really appreciate their support and the ability to partner with offices like your office, Mayor, as well as Erie County and Erie County 911. We have an example here of the AEDs. There's a couple different ones that are out there, and if you have any questions or comments about the AED PulsePoint AED or PulsePoint Respond, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We can be reached through email at pulsepoint@ahn.org.
Thanks, Laura and Dr. Carlson. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Something new I learned this year, and everybody might not realize that, but the majority of calls to our fire department actually are responses to medical emergencies, not fires. Things like heart attacks. So next, I'd like to bring up Chief Guy Santone to give you some information about why PulsePoint is so important. Chief Santone.
Good morning. Like the doctor says, as a fire department and first responders, we're all EMTs. We know that time is of the essence when it comes to cardiac arrest. All of our rigs, all of our fire trucks are equipped with the AED machine, and we've had them on our company since 2003. And we average like 50 to 60 calls a year using that machine. And it definitely saves lives. And with that and CPR, lives can be saved. I commend them for getting this going because as a EMT and a firefighter, our big push right now is try to get everybody CPR certified, as many people as we can, because that is so important when it comes to cardiac arrest. The quicker you can get to somebody, the better chance they have of survival. So I'll be brief. I just want to say I appreciate everything they do, and this is a very good program, and anybody should get involved in it. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief Santone. Now for the balance of the press conference, we're going to turn our attention to things that are going on in what we call the Summer of Hope here. And we're going to focus on 4 events, and I'm going to mention several others right at the end. But first, we want to highlight Trinity Center's Celebration of Summer, which takes place this Friday, August 3rd, tomorrow, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Family and friends are invited for the day of fun activities, games, prizes, and a free lunch. There will also be various community partners with information to share about services available to families. Here to tell us more about it is George Trauner, CEO of Bethesda Lutheran Services. Also, I wanted to recognize Jared Remmel, who's here with us. He's the Director of Operations for Bethesda. George, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and staff, for having us today. Something that Bethesda Lutheran Services strives for is, especially at our Trinity Center, is to bring community folks together. And it's exciting for us because Celebration of Summer is something that this is our 20th year that we have done. And what happens is our youth come to our program over the summer. It's a 6-week program. There's about 75 youth involved in the programming this year. And what we try to do with these youth is to help them be able to go out in the community, enjoy Erie, the city, but also to learn many new things. And we try to end it with something special, and that's Celebration of Summer. We think the best way to do that is to bring the community all together. So that's what we do, and that'll happen tomorrow from 11 to 2. We invite all of you to come out. There'll be multiple agencies there representing themselves and giving out information to the families and the youth that come to our program. But it's also an opportunity for good fellowship, a time for the kids to get to meet different folks, but something that's very important that's going to take place. And working very closely with the city, Bethesda Lutheran Services, through a Byrne grant, received some funding for a music program. And you're going to have the opportunity to see our youth perform tomorrow. Hopefully it's not going to rain. But if it does, we're going to hold it inside. And they are a little nervous, but I think they'll do a great job because they've been practicing on this. So definitely come out, have lunch with us. But then also, if you do come out, you'll have the opportunity to maybe with your skills dunk me in the dunking booth because I will, yes, be in the dunking booth. So come out and enjoy the day with us and see what our kids in the community have done all summer long. So Mayor, thank you again.
Thank you, George and Jared, for being here. Certainly, Trinity Center in Bethesda is making a big difference in our Little Italy neighborhood. We really appreciate what you're doing there. Next, in the Summer of Hope initiative is actually happening today through Saturday, August 4th, the next thing we're going to talk about. Serve Erie is undertaking another large-scale initiative here in the city. This one is at Pfeiffer Burley Elementary School and the Booker T. Washington Center. Here to tell us more about it is Marcus Atkinson, the Executive Director of Serve Erie. Marcus, thanks much for being here.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse the casual attire, but it is go time for Serve Erie. We're really excited about this whole thing. We want to thank the mayor for giving us an opportunity to talk about this project. This year we have 2 locations, a little unique. We're at the Booker T. Washington Center and we're at Pfeiffer Burley. And as we speak, as of 8 a.m. today, we have teams of volunteers at both locations. Everything from painting to organizing things, cleaning, landscaping, things along these lines. The premier spaces at both locations, a brand new library for Pfeiffer Burley, and a brand new roof for the Booker T. Washington Center, something that's needed to be done for quite some time. So this is an exciting time for our organization. We're proud to be a part of the Summer of Hope. At Serve Erie, we're very grateful to have a mayor that has run on a platform of restoring hope. But we also understand that it is not the sole responsibility of the mayor's administration to restore hope. That's a civic responsibility that we all have to take part in. And so when we ask you to go to serveerie.com to potentially sign up for any of the shifts available, which is today, tomorrow, and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., when we ask you to consider doing that, we aren't merely asking you to help paint, organize, and clean. We're asking you to help restore hope to a neighborhood center, and to a school. Thank you, and thank the mayor's administration for having us today.
Thank you, Marcus. You are making a difference here in Erie. We encourage all residents to volunteer. And again, as Marcus said, just go to serveerie.com/schools-initiative. Many of our city hall staff, I'm very proud to say, are volunteering in this effort. In fact, I want to give a special thank you and shout out to Doug Nelson, who works in our engineering department. He took a vacation day today so that he could work as a site leader all day in this initiative. I'm very proud of that. I also, as you know, enjoy helping out at events like this, and I'll be at Piper Burley Saturday morning at 8 in the 8 to noon shift, along with some members of my staff. It's such a great feeling when you're working there with hundreds of people transforming a building. We all work together towards the same goal. It's just a great experience. I encourage everybody to get involved. This will really help us build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. We're excited about this third Summer of Hope initiative now in the week ahead. It's the National Night Out, which is next Tuesday, August the 7th. Thanks to the United Way of Erie County for funding the National Night Out at locations really across Erie. National Night Out events seek to promote a spirit of community and encourage everyone to play a role in supporting education of our youth in their neighborhoods. Neighborhood events will feature free food, music, and games, along with the opportunity to interact with local police and fire departments. Here to tell us more about National Night Out is Emily Francis from the United Way. Emily?
Thank you, Mayor Schember. So we're really excited about the event this year because National Night Out is America's night out against crime. And so while this event is taking place across the entire country, United Way of Erie County is supporting 18 events throughout the county, 14 of which are in the city of Erie. This is particularly exciting because we have 3 new events this year, and those are at Piper Burley, a community school, East Middle School, a community school, and the Henderson and San Juan United Methodist Church. And we believe at United Way that it's important to support these events because we believe in supporting the community by strengthening the neighborhoods. And so at these events, some of the things that you can expect while you're chatting over the free food and the music and the different family activities are organizations with resources that can either be supportive for a family or a parent, and you can be connected to those resources, or it can be a volunteer opportunity for the children in our community because we know that they're looking for opportunities to get involved, opportunities to volunteer, and they just may not know how to start that opportunity or to ask that right question. The other part, as the mayor mentioned, is that law enforcement personnel and emergency response personnel are going to be attending these events. And so in the event of a crisis situation or something down the road, should it happen, that's one more person that somebody feels comfortable with, and making that connection can build those relationships to really strengthen that neighborhood. And also looking down the road, the conversations that start at National Night Out, even though it's one night of the year, a conversation that you have on August 7th, 2 months later can turn into a neighborhood cleanup or a volunteer event or a drive to support a family that's in need. And so these are the events that we are really excited to support in the community because that's where change happens and that's how neighborhoods are really strengthened. So it's right in line with the Summer of Hope initiative. And we really look forward to seeing people on August 7th to find out more about where these events are taking place and the times that they're taking place at the various locations. You can visit unitedwayerie.org/NNO, and we have an interactive map, so it's as easy as possible for you to get there. So next, to talk about a specific event that's taking place is Anna France from our West Bayfront, and she's going to talk about her National Night Out event. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm Anna Frantz. I'm with Our West Bayfront, and I'm joined by Candace Battles, who's the chairwoman of the Our West Bayfront board and wears many other hats in the community. We're just two people representing a much larger group of very committed community members that helped to put on the Gridley Park National Night Out. This is probably one of the largest National Night Out events in Erie County. We've got dozens of organizations, including neighborhood watch groups, churches, schools in the community, businesses that come together to put on this really fantastic event in the West Bayfront. We see it as a time for our neighborhoods to shine. The event really celebrates what makes the West Bayfront special. This year, as with past years, we've got live entertainment. The band Familiar Spirit will be playing throughout the Gridley Park National Night Out. We have dinner, free dinner, sponsored by our local barbecue joint, 3Bs, Smith Provisions, and Tops Markets. And it's been great to see this event grow over time. For example, this year we have a number of new partners that are coming together with us to put on children's activities. So the Children's Museum, LEAF, and the Women's Club of Erie have all stepped forward to provide some additional activities for kids at our event. We also have over 30 nonprofit agencies and public safety agencies that are present at the event, providing information and resources to residents in the community. Many, many thanks to United Way, to Gannon University, and to the several dozen local businesses and organizations that contribute in a lot of different ways to make this event happen. And I'll hand it over to Ms. Battles to say a
Good
few
morning.
words.
I remember when we began the idea of starting an organization in the West Bayfront, and one of the things that we really wanted to see happen was to increase community engagement among the residents living in the area. National Night Out is one time where we can look at and see that that's starting to occur, that we have hope, that our neighbors are now working together. We have many, many, many volunteers, both individuals from churches and businesses that are helping us to put this event on. It's a massive effort, and as the board chair of the Our West Bayfront, we're happy to be a part of helping to sponsor this National Night Out. People have already been up here and said a lot of the things that I would have liked to have said. But I'm just going to add to what's been said already, is that everyone can come out and be engaged in some way at National Night Out. It's a way of both enjoying yourself, getting to meet your neighbors, getting to see what's available in the community, and building our city and making it go from a summer of hope to the city of hope. Thank you.
I can't help but be reminded of one of one of Candace's favorite sayings: "We're too blessed to be stressed." Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Next, I'd like to invite up Daria Devlin to tell you a little bit about how the school district is contributing to this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Daria Devlin from Erie's Public Schools. I'm here on behalf of Superintendent Polito today to announce we're very proud this year, as last year, to be participating in every one of the city locations. Wherever National Night Out locations will be held in the city this year, Erie's Public Schools will be there. We know it is the summer of hope, and we hope the hope goes on, but the summer won't. And it's going to be back to school pretty soon. So we are going to be there on August 7th to be in our neighborhoods, talk to our families. We'll be there to answer questions. We have some changes in our start times this year, so families can come and talk to us about that. We have lots of information about immunizations, about requirements for back to school if families have those questions. We're going to be handing out some nice backpacks for some of our students who are getting ready to go back to school, and just be there to talk with them and get them ready. It's really important for Superintendent Polito and all of our staff to be in our neighborhoods. Our schools are the focus of our neighborhoods. We know that they are central to the future of our city, so we look forward to being out with everyone else, building those relationships. We thank United Way for funding them and including us once again, so we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Daria. And as you know, part of our 5-part vision for Erie is Schools of Excellence, and you and Brian Polito are creating that. We really appreciate that. So There's 18 events, as has been mentioned. Thank you to United Way again for sponsoring those. You can check them all out at unitedwayerie.org/NNO, NNO for National Night Out. My team has actually mapped out a travel schedule for me for that evening, and we're shooting to get to the 14 of the National Night Out, so we'll see what happens, because one thing I've learned is I can't even walk. It takes me a half an hour to walk a block into downtown because so many people stop and talk to me, which I enjoy and love. But this is one of my favorite nights of the year, and I can tell you I'm really looking forward to it. If you live in a neighborhood where they're hosting a National Night Out event, I encourage you to get out and visit with your neighbors, get to know them. That's part of rebuilding the city. Maybe I'll see you there too. I hope I do. I know I'm really looking forward, especially to enjoying a donut dog prepared by John Villa at Snoop's. I had my first one last year, and I'm looking forward to another. The last event we're going to discuss in a little detail for this week's Summer of Hope activities is a free Eddie James concert next Thursday, August the 9th, from 4 to 7:30 p.m. at Roger Young Park, which is at Downing Avenue and Buffalo Road. There will be food, live music, dancing, and it's totally open to the public. He is originally from Phoenix, Arizona, where Eddie James is an internationally renowned worship artist. Here to tell us more is Dr. Paris Baker from Gannon University. Dr. Baker?
Thank you, thank you. Wow, what a busy week. And so, busy week, we should have a party. And we're going to have a party on the 9th. You should come. This is the Doting Dad, starting at 4 o'clock. Jonathan Baker, who is a 4-time Kingdom Awards, Image Awards winner, who happens to be my son, will sing. And then he will be followed by Eddie James. And what's important for me to share with you and to share with the community is both of them are Christian artists, but their sense of transformation through their art, through their talent, their God gift is amazing. And what we want the community to know, because it's a really ethnically diverse community in the project area of Downing and Buffalo Road, is that everyone is involved. Everyone is involved and invited to come. And we're going to have a big party. It started at 4, starts at 4, but we extended it to 12. And the reason is we've invited college universities to come, because we're going to have a lot of kids there. And then we had a lot of food, and then food then became dino jump and face painting. And so it has evolved into this incredible day. And I'm just really happy and excited to be part of this transformation in Erie. I like what Candace said, Summer of Hope to City of Hope. I really like that, because I believe Erie we're in the process of changing. And so thank you for allowing us to be part of this change process. Thank you.
Thank you, Paris. There certainly is a lot going on in Erie in the week ahead. Anyone that complains there's nothing to do, I think, might need their head examined. But I encourage everyone to get out, take the opportunity, volunteer at these events, and participate in them. In addition to all this, there's a couple other things I want to mention. This weekend is Lake Erie Cycle Fest. I'm excited, actually, to be participating in the Cycle Fest Slow Roll, which starts at 5:30, leaving from Perry Square today. Thanks to the Erie Downtown Partnership, there's also a block party at Perry Square this evening. The St. James Parish Festival is also this weekend. St. James Parish, of course, is at 2635 Buffalo Road. There'll be fun games, raffles, and prizes for all, with a Chuck and Ginny's pasta dinner on August 3rd, tomorrow, and a turkey dinner on Sunday, August 5th. I know Councilwoman Kathy Schaaf, who's here with us, has been very involved and worked hard on that. Thank you for what you've done. And the Blues and Jazz Festival is this weekend out at Frontier Park. It starts on August 3rd. It goes through August 5th. The schedule looks great, and it's available at erieartsandculture.org/Blues and Jazz Fest. I'll wrap up by saying that our 5th monthly Brown Bag Lunch with the Mayor is today. I'd like to thank Lisa Heidelberg from the Courthouse Cafe, who has offered to provide lunch today for everyone coming. I'm impressed with the number of businesses that have generously stepped up to provide lunch for the participants. In fact, in all of our 5 Brown Bag Lunches with the Mayor, a local restaurant has actually provided the lunch. When we started this initiative, none of us even imagined that would happen. If it keeps up, I think we're going to have to drop the brown bag from the title of this and just call it Lunch with the Mayor going forward. That concludes our press conference today. Everyone that spoke would be available for interviews afterwards. Thanks very much.